Hello, 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 Angle 54 here today. I got my gummy worms ready. I got my pistachios ready. I got my green tea and my squeaky chair. Obviously, I'm playing Black Ops. And as you can see, I'm playing Domination. And it said Domination twice, which was kind of weird. But today I kind of want to talk to you guys about some of my hopes and some of my dreams about the new Black Ops 2 Call of Duty. I'm gonna kind of obviously be breaking it up to the three sections: single player, multiplayer, and God, these kids suck. Single player, multiplayer, and zombies. So let's start off with single player. Some of my hopes for single player. I want it not to suck. I liked the Black Ops one. The Modern Warfare 3 one wasn't all that good in my opinion. I didn't like it that much. I didn't like really the MW2. Call of Duty 4's single player was pretty good. And I don't really remember World at War. So long story short is, I want the single player, I want them to actually care about the single player a little bit. I want them to try to develop the story. Now I realize that by the time this comes out, the single player's already done. The multiplayer is probably pretty much done. They're just finishing up. No, they're probably actually completely done with it. And I'm sure they're starting to develop all the discs and stuff like that. But I just want the single player to be longer than 5 hours. So that's pretty much my two hopes for a single player: is it not to suck, and then to actually go into the story a little bit, and the single player not to be super short like it normally is. Next, I'll go with zombies. So zombies, I'm not gonna lie, it sounds like it's gonna be great this year. I'm not a huge zombies person. I never really was. I didn't play a whole bunch in any of the other Call of Duties. I never played survival mode or any crap like that. But towards the end of Black Ops cycle, I actually started getting into zombies with some of my buddies. Now, I'm not gonna lie, my buddies were pretty good. They're way better than me. But once I started playing with friends more and more, it actually got more and more fun. Now I don't really play zombies much by myself, just because I don't find it as much fun. But as I said, after playing with my buddies for a little while, I started getting into it a little bit. But so, I'm not gonna lie, I don't really have any hopes and dreams that I haven't heard about already. They sound like they know exactly what to do, and they actually listen to us. So I'm actually really excited for zombies this year. I kind of want to play it, and I kind of want to put some zombies on my channel, which I never really did before. And that's kind of something that's crazy now, is the better and better they get is with each of the three modes, single player, multiplayer, and zombies. It kind of makes it harder to decide on which one you want to start playing. As soon as you bring it home that very first night, do you want to start on multiplayer? Do you want to start in single player? And they're actually making it tough on me kind of this year, that I might want to start with zombies just so I can kind of get used to some of the guns, and then switch over to multiplayer. But I guess I'll kind of have to wait and see what my buddies are doing. So as I said, to recap zombies a little bit, I am actually looking forward to it this year, and they haven't really, there's nothing really wrong with the last zombies, so if they can improve on it, it's going to be phenomenal. Alright, so multiplayer is all I guess I have left, huh? Alright, so I did not like MW3 at all, or I didn't like it that much. When playing it at first, it was okay, but then it seemed like the connection just kind of sucked for me after a while, and I just felt like I was getting killed by a lot of bullshit deaths, so I just kind of got pissed off and haven't really played it much the past 2 months. One thing that I really, really liked that Call of Duty did was Call of Duty Elite. Now I know a lot of people don't like the elite section strictly because of the clan operations and how long it took all that crap to get going. But the reason I actually did love Call of Duty Elite was I paid $100. So I paid $60 for the games and $40 for all of the content, and I get all of the content early. If you were to break that down, you're paying $60 for the game, and each one, I think now each one costs about $15. So you're paying $60 for the game and $60 for all the content. It's kind of a no-brainer that the Elite was totally the way to go from the beginning. Even halfway through, it was pretty much the way to go. So that's one thing I'm kind of sad that they're not bringing back. Just because I loved only having to pay $100 for all the free shit that year. Alright, to my next point. Scoreboard. In Black Ops, I love the scoreboard. I loved being able to see how many captures. If this kid went 2-20 and he got 10 captures and 10 defends, this kid was the all-star of our team, and I knew why. In MW3, this kid could get 10 kills and 2 captures. No, I'm sorry. He could get 10 kills, let's just say, and say 10 captures and 10 defends. MW3, this kid sucked because I didn't know that he got these 10 captures and 10 defends. Now I'm speaking of a normal person. Obviously, if they're at the top of the leaderboard and they get 10 kills, it's pretty easy to tell that they got a lot of captures and defends. That is one of my biggest pet peeves about MW3, and I really hope they go back to it. And I'm sure they are. Just because it'd be kind of stupid for them not to. The colors. I never really had a problem with any of the colors. I know that they're not the best looking, but you know, a little brown never really hurt. That wasn't definitely not one of my biggest gripes. Score streaks. I'm kind of really looking forward to them just because it's something unique, it's new, innovative. And if you don't know how if you don't know how score streaks work, it's okay. So you get 50 points for a kill. Okay, so that's 50 points. Okay, let's just say you get a UAV, which I think is like 425 or 325 or something for a score. So if you get a kill, that's 50 points in a team-based game like this. So, and if it's TDM, it's 100 points. But if you get 50 points, you get 50 points towards that kill, towards that score streak. Sorry. And if you get, so it would take you literally 6 kills to get that one UAV. If that's all you get is kills. If you jump on a flag, that's 150. So if you cap 2 flags and get 0 kills, you just got your UAV. Well, that's kind of a basic little rundown of how it works. So that's one thing I'm actually kind of looking forward to. Although I have heard in many of the Call of Duties videos that I watched that score streaks are kind of hard to get, and that the higher ones definitely take a while, strictly because, you know, they want people to actually play the game instead of just sitting and camping. I'm actually going to be running out of time, so I won't be able to go over all of mine. Maybe I'll post another video later this week or something. Thank you guys very much for watching. I want you to comment, rate, and subscribe. If you don't want to, that's cool. Whatevs. It's your life. Alright, I went 35-3. I suppose I should have said that. And thank you guys for watching.